to Hyderabad House in Delhi, where the Prime Minister is speaking along with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. Okay, those images coming in right now from the forecourt of the Hyderabad House, where the two leaders are meeting. Those images coming live from Delhi. Remember, yesterday the two leaders in fact started their day on a light note when they were at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, where they watched the first few minutes of the game, the fourth test match between India and Australia. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is on a 4-day visit to India. Those images of the two Prime Ministers coming in from Hyderabad House in Delhi, where the formal bilateral dialogue between the two countries and diplomats on both sides are to begin very, very shortly. Earlier, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese paid his tribute to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, at Rajghat this morning. He was also briefly in Mumbai as well. The bilateral dialogue between India and Australia is to begin very shortly. Later today, the Foreign Secretary will be briefing about the big takeaways from that meeting between India and Australia, strong partners as far as the development agenda between the two nations is concerned. In fact, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has called India a top-tier security partner for Australia. So that is the importance and significance that Australia is according to its bilateral relationship with India. In fact, Anthony Albanese said that his visit of India reflects his government's commitment to place India at the heart of Australia's approach to both the Pacific and beyond. He in fact made those remarks after boarding India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, INS Vikrant, in Mumbai. My colleague Akshay Dongre is joining me over the phone line right now. Akshay, give us a sense of the significance of this visit. There have been some moments of watching cricket, then of course that visit to INS Vikrant. At Hyderabad House, of course, it comes down to the brass tacks.
Well, Paulimi, as far as India's strategic ties are concerned, Australia plays a very, very crucial role. It is a country which is located at a very strategic point in the Indo-Pacific region. It is a country that is also, like India, threatened by the rising Chinese hegemony in the region. There have been attempts by China to limit the freedom of navigation in the South China Sea, and that has been a concern for all the Quad nations. Both India and Australia are very close partners, be it strategic ties, business ties, or for that matter, cultural ties as well now. And that is what that is the sense we got from this visit of Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister of Australia. The two leaders also will be meeting on the sidelines of G20 Leaders Summit. They have met in the Quad Leaders Summit. So India and Australia are forging closer ties, and that has been a tension for China. China has been dismissing the relevance of Quad. However, India, US, Japan, as well as Australia, all these four countries have one shared goal that in the Indo-Pacific region, as far as trade is concerned, security of these nations are concerned, all these nations maintain close ties. From what we saw, on the INS Vikrant, India's first indigenous built aircraft carrier, there was a guard of honor that was accorded to Anthony Albanese, first foreign leader, first foreign head of the government to receive such an honor, and that has showed the significance of how when it comes to maritime affairs, when it comes to strategic affairs, both of these nations are very closely tied. They are strategically placed, both India and Australia, to counter the Chinese threat in the region, in the maritime sphere. And that is what we are seeing, be it the cultural ties through a cricket match, be it strategic ties, security ties through the visit of Anthony Albanese on INS Vikrant, him being also inside the LCA naval variant. That is also one of the key projects of the Indian security establishment. And now what we are seeing, Anthony Albanese meeting the Prime Minister, And after this, he will also be meeting. He will be calling upon the President of India. And Anthony Albanese is set to return tomorrow at about 8:30 a.m. in the morning. But as far as this visit is concerned, it has certainly closed very strong ties between these two nations that have already been very crucial for both of these countries as far as security concerns are there. What we are expecting now is also increased business by both Indian and Australian businesses, increased investment in these two countries, and increased employment opportunities as well. So be it business, culture or security, India and Australia are close allies, and they are now forging stronger ties, be it the Quad grouping or the G20, or for that matter bilateral ties as well. Follow me?